few words.
Good afternoon to everybody. It's great to see Professor Bhattacharya, Dr. Bhattacharya, Dr. Khanna, Dr. Badua, all the dignitaries on the dais. Dr. Madhumita Das, who happens to be our, former PhD student also. So, see, I welcome on behalf of IIT Guwahati. I welcome you all. I will not take more than 5 minutes. But if you do very important points, whatever is happening here, you can see that is the brainchild of a person called Dr. Shadudal Shah. Okay, so it all started with his this idea. I mean, these are all. I always say that these are all some of those ideas which puts us on the really at the edge of the sword to make sure that we work harder than what we were doing yesterday, right? So, I think 2018 in one of the conferences we spoke very briefly about certain things, and then we went back to Kolkata, and by evening I was receiving one phone call that Dipankar, last 24 hours there is one thought is repeatedly coming in my mind, and that is not going somewhere. So I said, what is that thought? He said that I want to establish a school for skills at IIT Guwahati, and can you manage something? So he knows that in IIT it is more or less almost near to impossible to establish a school which is a paramedical school, and I had no idea what was a paramedical school, right? I was just thinking that it will be something very similar to those schools that we run. Generally you go to class, take classes, do some research and come back. But then when it clattered in front of me, I mean, what is the school that needs to be established? I was thrashed by every level of the administration. Why exactly you want to establish the school at IIT Guwahati? But then, somehow, something which is supposed to happen at IIT or any other place, it is going to happen. I mean, there is something, which I call as self-organization. It is not a self-assembly. Self-assembly is a process which happens because of the natural laws. But self-organization is a process which happens, there is some force that is necessary in order to make that happen. So this was a kind of a self-organization process where this was initiated, right? And see, he was the one who was ideating, but the person who is just sitting behind him, her name is Kuhili Madam. Actually, I was sitting there and I was looking at where is Madam, right? So then I did not realize that she is just hiding behind Dr. Shah. She is the one who came, I think, a number of times into this place. Whatever you see, it is the idea of Dr. Shadudal Shah, but it has been implemented by Kuhili Madam. Okay, so a big round of applause to it. And a few of them who are sitting at the back side, I can see Surjo is there, right? And I have seen her, yeah. So Arudina Madam is there, then Shamim is there at the back side, Mintu is there, then Priyanka was there. Priyanka is I do not know whether she could make it or not. So
then there are
Martin Pranjali, so a host of people who never understood why they are putting effort behind this. But then they started putting effort behind this, and then by pandemic, I think when it was peak of pandemic inside lockdown, we started this school at IIT, which is perhaps the most improbable thing that I could foresee in 2015, 2016. This is happening at IIT. Now the impact of this school is very different. Why? Because when we started this school, IIT started thinking what should we do in terms of medical area, and that was also combined with the pandemic. That there is a necessity that IIT should do something in terms of technology, like either you make, see, every day we were receiving phone call, can you make vaccine? No. Can you make RT-PCR? No. I have one, but I cannot make RT-PCR, right? So these were the challenges, entire pandemic 2020 April to September, kept coming us. So we thought that we just, rather than receiving this type of challenges, we give a challenge to the government. And again, Dr. Shadudal Shah was was around us at that point of time establishing the school. So what he said that you give a comprehensive plan, not only paramedic certified course, diploma, degree, nursing, medical college, and R&D center. Okay, and we started going to different forums. And 2022, our foundation day, 1st of September, this particular nucleation point, which is the School for Skills, that converted into the huge initiative which has been taken by Government of Assam and IIT Guwahati together. It's called Assam Advanced Healthcare Innovation Institute, AHI. That we have started implementing, last December onwards. It's about a year we are implementing, and we are very fortunate to have Dr. Harsha Bhattacharya, Dr. Subhas Khanna, Dr. Shashanko Burua, Dr. Manoj Agarwala, okay, Dr. Madhumita Das, an array of talented people around us who are helping us in terms of the development of this initiative. So this is why did I tell this story in an afternoon, perhaps where I should be speaking more about the paramedicals. What I wanted to say then that it is one thing that drives you in life, which is the ambition. Okay, you need to be ambitious. I was so happy to see, Brajan, when he was talking about, I have seen all these people, they come when they are fresh graduates, before they are giving a training of 1 year, right? Now I see when he's talking about, he's doing this at the emergency. He is very much aware that, no, I don't understand, I understand, I can't speak Assamia, but I understand very clearly Assamia. When somebody speaks, I understand exactly what he's speaking, right? So what he was speaking that you have very less time in an emergency. This is, what Dr. Bhattacharya was mentioning, that Dr. Khanna was also mentioning, that you have to be human. You have to understand that who is coming into a hospital, in a center, who needs your attention, who needs your compassion, who needs kind of mitigation. So this sort of skilled workforce that we could create only in 5 years of time, right? But then this is not the end, right? This is where the entire story starts. Okay, so what I request all of you, those who are the students here, those who have just started, be an ambitious. Dr. Khanna has given you the the blank check, fill it up. Okay, as much as as many zeros. You keep adding zeros there, right? Zeros, you just need not add anything. You add zeros there. It takes very little effort, but lot of commitment to add zeros. But add zeros after a number, right? So make sure that you add zeros. You go to the level of those who are paramedics. They should go to the diploma level. Those who are at the diploma level, they should go to the level of degree, then nursing, right? So make sure that you become a very, very inevitable and integral part of the healthcare ecosystem. Make sure that your presence is exclusive there, right? Then what happens? Then you enjoy your profession, and once you are a good professional, you enjoy your personal life also. Okay? With this, I close today, and all the best to all the students. Thank you so much.
Our next speaker, I would like to invite Dr. Akshay Kumar, HOC,